Coming up on Community Schools Impact, we highlight the power of family engagement and partnerships. Welcome back to Community School Impact. To begin our conversation, I'm joined by Dr. Sean Ashworth, the founder of Food for Thought Community Outreach Services. Welcome, Dr. Ashworth.
Glad to be here.
So, Dr. Ashworth, Food for Thought has deep roots in Brooklyn Park community. How does your work strengthen family engagement and help build trust between families and the schools that they attend?
Yeah, I have been serving in Brooklyn Park since 2018, and with a lot of purposeful partnerships is what I call it. You cannot do the work that really needs to get done for families by yourself. And so I've had an opportunity to partner with county organizations, community schools, many community schools, as well as other nonprofits to support families. Brooklyn Park, northern part of Anne Arundel County, is a community in need. And I think sometimes people forget that that is an area of need. And so I have clenched my fists and put cement on my feet, and I am stable in that community every other month, providing support as best I can.
What drew you to that area? What drew you to that part of Anne Arundel County?
So truthfully, when I was working for Anne Arundel County Public Schools, part of my job was to support principals, and one area was in Kids at Hope. And so our Brooklyn Park Middle and Brooklyn Park Elementary are two Kids at Hope schools who had me in their building at least 3 times a year, providing that support, that cultural framework for teachers to be able to work with their community. And when COVID hit, everybody was running to Annapolis to support the Annapolis community. And I just think people didn't necessarily run to the north part of the county. And so I did. And I immediately reached out I was already in that community doing Thanksgiving Day lunch in the parking lot of Park Elementary School. I reached out to Anne Arundel County Food Bank and said, hey, I would love to support that community. I don't need to do it every month. I'll do it every other month. And so every other month since 2019, I fill a 26-footer up with food, clothes, toys, you name it, along with hundreds of volunteers to support that community.
Hundreds of volunteers?
Hundreds of volunteers. Sometimes I have more volunteers show up than the community. People from all walks of life, different organizations. I have students coming from Morgan State University, Bowie State University who come to support. And it's just amazing. Families are coming out to support with their little kids. You know, they want to provide their youngsters with some service opportunity. And I never say no. And it gets bigger and bigger.
That is really amazing. That is inspiring to hear about. All right, well, Dr. Ashworth, I've got another question for you. So you've partnered closely with our community schools to support families facing food insecurity. I know that's one of the areas that you really focus in, and other challenges. What does a strong community partnership look like from your perspective?
A win-win on both sides. It takes a leader who recognizes the need in her building and the need in her community, and to be open-minded. All of the community schools that I have worked with in Brooklyn are open to the services. And then I say to them, I just need space in your building. I'm going to bring you everything your families need. And so I'm just hoping that the openness of the leadership in those schools continues to be, because it's not about them. It is about the families, and we're doing wonderful things in Brooklyn, especially at Park Elementary School. That is one of my first loves, and that is because of the past principal that was there. But I have built strong relationships with the last 3 community managers there. And I just say, hey, I got this. And they go, ooh, okay. And so we make it happen because we know there's a need. Openness of leadership, purposeful partnership. It's a win-win. You know, they give me space and they give me the audience, which are the families, and I bring in the services, and I am happy to support.
I love that. Well, shout out to the principals and to the program manager.
Yes, they are awesome.
When there's openness and willingness to partner, so much more can get done.
Absolutely.
So I love that recognition. All right, so Dr. Ashworth, the family choice model at your pantry centers dignity and empowerment. How does this approach help families feel more connected, supported and engaged with their child's school?
It's wonderful, right? And so at my giveaways, the community outreach at Park, some things is just here because of time purposes, but we provide a whole lots of items for families just to come by and say, I want this and I want that. How does that make them feel and connected? It connects them because I think it gives them value of we're just not throwing stuff at them. And oftentimes with the families we're serving, it's the bureaucracy of the local government and the local community organizations say, you just need to take this. And here I'm saying, you need to take this because you need it, but also you have an opportunity to have this. I don't know if you know, I'm also overseeing the Brooklyn Park Healthy Food Pantry. And I love that. And you talk about giving people back dignity. They come in with their shopping cart and they get to choose the food, the healthy food that they want to eat. So it's also an opportunity not to waste food as well, because when we just say, here, take this bag,
things I don't want.
Things that I don't want. And so what we try to do is provide also food that is culturally relevant to the communities that we're serving. And so there are some of my community givers where I said, just put that in. I don't care how much they take. I'm not concerned about one family taking 20 of something. If they need 20, then let them take 20. And so, yes, it is what we're seeing with our Wellness Wednesdays. Of families coming in. So the first Wednesday, we're bringing in Chef Sam to do healthy cooking and demonstrations, and then families have an opportunity to engage together in creating meals and then partaking of that meal. And then on the third Wednesdays, we are doing yoga and mindfulness, and it's so wonderful to see families on the mat with the youngsters. 2 years old, 3 years old, mom is sharing a mat with her toddler for yoga and mindfulness. And so they are engaging. And, I think some of you can't just give, right? And so what we try to do is also educate. And so at Wellness Wednesdays, we are educating them with recipes and how to cook healthy meals. And at yoga, we are also educating them on just mind, body, spirit, and soul of taking care of self in the family. If you're in the right mind, then you're in the right mind to take care of your family at home.
So where's Wellness Wednesdays going on? How did that idea come about?
Yeah, so Wellness Wednesdays, the Park Elementary's community schools manager did a survey. And based on the survey, parents were asking for some connected support for academics and wellness. And so through a grant I received, we have a program called Striving and Thriving for Academic and Wellness. And so there's an after-school program that I co-support with our wonderful Together We Rise on Tuesdays, and then Wellness Wednesdays. And so the Wellness Wednesdays became as a result of that data. And so we tried to provide families with what they wanted. Education and something for them to do with their families that, again, speaks to the mind and the body and getting well, mind, body, spirit.
Absolutely. This just serves Park?
So when we set this up, this serves anybody who resides in Brooklyn Park. And we even get a little Glen Burnie in there. So I've opened it up. I don't want to shut anybody out. But we do focus on all of the community schools in Park. It just happens to take place at Park Elementary on Wednesdays, 1st and 3rd, 5:30 to 7:30. And we feed families as well.
That's wonderful. That sounds wonderful. Okay. So, Dr. Ashworth, if you look ahead, what opportunities do you see for deepening the partnership between Food for Thought and our community schools to continue strengthening family engagement?
Yes, so what I do at every one of my community outreach is to involve other partners. So you'll see BG&E there, you'll see mental health, you will see lawyer services for our Hispanic population as they deal with what's going on with ICE. Every community event, I try to have at least 3 to 5 other organizations that can provide our families with support. We actually even have a flu clinic coming in December. And so strengthening the relationship is bringing more purposeful partners into play. I can't do this work by myself, and I don't try. It is through purposeful partnerships and the relationships with the community school managers who are awesome and open to receive what we have to give. And so together, it's a win-win.
So, Dr. Ashworth, I've known you for some time, and I know you have a great passion for this work. We've got a little bit of time left, so I want to invite you. Do you have any final thoughts to share, any final words about the work that you're doing and the way that you want to see, just this vision carried out in the work that you're doing as a partner with community schools, as a champion in this work?
I will, until the man above decides he needs me up there, I will be in the street. When I retired a year ago, I said I'm going to be in the street supporting, and I have been in the street.
You continue to say it that way.
I have been in the street supporting families,
Yes.
however they need to be supported. And so I'm hoping that other organizations will join the bandwagon, not just with me, but don't try to do the work by yourself. It's hard enough. And so there are enough nonprofits, organizations, county organizations. We all have, I hope, the same vision. My vision is about giving hope to the community, hope to families, believing that our families who struggle, they still can be successful.
Absolutely.
And so if I operate from that framework of Kids at Hope, believing, connecting, and helping families to time travel through this life that many of our families, especially in that Brooklyn Park community, struggle with. And with purposeful partnerships, we're going to be there until hopefully every family, I'm going to say every family, is able to stand on their own and not need the bureaucracy of services, right? We know people always are going to need help, but not to struggle and get help, but get help and then also sustain their family life for their family. So it's about teaching families as well, is to take the resources and use them wisely so that we don't need to see them. I'm okay with not seeing them every month. That means that they've done what they need to do. They've learned, they've managed their money well, and they are sustaining their own family with being able to do what they need to do.
I love that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
I look forward to seeing you in these streets.
In the streets, that's where you'll find me.
Doing the good work. Thank you, Dr. Ashworth.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be right back.
We are here at Belle Grove Elementary celebrating our Teacher of the Year finalist for the state, Jacqueline Sanderson, and it is an honor to have educators who are highly regarded across this state be acknowledged and announced as one of the finalists.
This is a big deal. I don't know that you really understand how much of a big deal this is. But this is why all of your colleagues, co-workers, supporters, they are here. You make a difference in the lives of children, and we're very proud of just what you're doing to represent educators across Anne Arundel County.
I'm still in shock. I wasn't expecting any of this. I think it's a privilege and an honor. I feel like it's a lot of pressure, but I just want to represent our county and Belle Grove. I think this is a great opportunity to show all the amazing things that is going on here.
Welcome back. I'm here with Miss Jackie Sanderson, ELD teacher at Belle Grove, and Miss Katiuska Pena, bilingual parent liaison at Belle Grove Elementary. Miss Anderson, you created this creative space called Cafe Cultura. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to create such a creative space for culture, language, and connection?
2 summers ago, I envisioned that we would have a monthly coffee house for our English learner families where they would come and make connections with each other, get to meet school staff, and where we could support them in things that they need. So we found a lot of times like our families aren't really sure how to be involved in school or how to get the forms filled out or, what their role really is. And so we surveyed our families when they came in, and a lot of times what we think their needs are different than what they think their needs are.
Yeah.
So every month we have a different focus, and we have built that focus around the feedback that the parents have given us.
Absolutely. So you, through surveys, figured out what they actually needed and tried to fill that need in that space, right?
Yeah, so like for example, the first event, we had childcare, and we had the children like doing a kids activity in a different room, and then we gave the parents information. But then after surveying the families, they wanted their children to be with them, and they wanted to do activities that they could do together with their child.
That's sweet.
So-
Like, don't take my kids away. I want them there with me.
Yes.
It's such a warm and inclusive idea. What impact have you seen on families who attend, like both in their engagement with the school and in their sense of belonging?
Yeah, I think we've developed this culture where families really trust us. They share things that are happening in their lives. They share things that they need in school, that they're not really how to navigate our approach. A huge impact that I think we realized was last year in January, we saw a really big dip in attendance at our school events. And so we had our next event was coming up for a coffee house, and we talked a lot about like our families going to come. So we took Cafe Cultura to them, and we called it Cafe Cultura DoorDash. And we made home deliveries of like activities, crafts, resources for families. We included snacks for them. So the same kind of things that we would have provided if they came to the school, we brought to them. And then after that, we noticed that the population or the attendance in our event started to rise again. So I think that that really opened a door that like, you belong here. We want you here.
That's such a cute idea. Such a cute idea. I love that. It's clear that it's more than just an event. It's a relationship builder that you've established. How does your collaboration between the ELD program and the bilingual liaison role strengthen the bridge between families and staff?
Miss Pena is amazing. So I don't speak Spanish. Most of our English learners are Spanish speaking. We do have some families that speak Urdu, but our main population has been Spanish. So Miss Pena, we communicate all the time, like in the hallway, just here and there, like, hey, this family needs this, or I found out that, they have a student that they need to sign up for preschool. So I'll give her a list of all of the EL families, and then she makes phone calls to them individually.
And not only that, they feel more welcome. And any advance they need from us, we just give it right there. Any question they have, we open for them. And also I feel family feel more belong to the school because they find that bridge. Whatever they don't understand, even that it's not an English class, we look or whoever can help them on our community, and we've been building that community at Bell Grove for them.
Absolutely. So could either of you maybe share a story where a family's participation in Cafe Cultura led to a deeper partnership with the school?
We have so many. We cannot pick one in specific, but Jackie had different experience than I.
Yeah, we did. We talked about this prior to this interview about like, well, what family could we really highlight and talk about? But it was hard to pick just one because all of our families had such different needs. Sometimes like they're hesitant about sending their children on field trips, and we're able to like make them feel more comfortable and ease that worry of sending their kids somewhere overnight.
Just having a person speak the same language and explain it to them more detailing about it, it becomes also for them. We have parents that they don't let the kids go into any field trip to let the kids go now.
Yeah.
And they even say, oh, but they're going to be safe. Yes, you're going to be safe. We have even misconception about the words for in English. When they translate in Spanish, it's really bad for them. And like, oh, they take it strictly how it is, but now that I explain it to them and see it in a different way for the culture, American culture, they've been more open and receptive to receive any help from us and any advice.
And Cafe Cultura has really increased the attendance at our other events as well.
Yes.
So because they feel that comfort in that relationship and they know people and they know each other, we see them attending other events in the school as well. Yesterday we had like an outdoor fall festival, and like we saw a ton of our families there that wouldn't normally
that never participate before. They even come out and how important it is to participate in the different activity. We are a big community. We want you to be there.
I really love the examples that you guys have shared, but it makes so much sense that it's removing barriers for the families when you have a space where you feel safe to have things explained to you in a space that just really feels safe. And I know you've already said that, but it makes too much sense. I really appreciate the way that you've explained
Yeah,
it.
even that personal call that I made is a personal touch for them.
Right.
And they feel, oh, they want me there, so I
Yeah.
have to be there.
Yep.
So, and that's what Cafe Cultura is all about.
That's awesome. It's such a meaningful example of connection in action.
Yes.
As we close, why do you believe cultural and linguistic inclusion is essential to building stronger, more connected schools?
I think there's a misconception that English learner families don't want to be involved. I think that our families don't always know how to be involved. We talk a lot about how, and sometimes in other cultures, the teacher is the expert. And so whatever the teacher says, we're going to listen and do that. But we really want to empower families that, like, you have a voice in your child's education and that we're partners. We're not going to just say, this is what we're doing. I'm the teacher. I'm in charge, which is sometimes, culturally just what they do. But we teach them about questions to ask during parent-teacher conferences, conversations to have with their children at home, how they can be a part of their child's education.
Yes, and also they come in for a different background. The way that we manage a school here is different. How they do it back home, it's everything new for them, even for parents, even for the kids. So, and be part of them step by step is a big gap, and it's a big bridge that we built between the family and the community. So they know they welcome whatever they used to do it before. It's not how we do it here, but we want to have your feedback so we can build it bigger than what we already have.
It's a learning curve.
So and family welcome the expertise for us to be helping them.
That's awesome.
And everyone wants their child to be successful, right?
Yeah.
So we're just really trying to encourage that, like, when we work together, that partnership really makes a difference in their child's education.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both for all you're doing to celebrate culture and strengthen our community. I really enjoyed the time with you and talking about Cafe Cultura.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Today's stories remind us that partnership is more than a program, it's a mindset. Family engagement isn't a single event or meeting. It's about creating spaces where every voice matters, every culture is celebrated, and every partnership leads to student success. From family stability and mentorship to cultural connection, each story shows the incredible power of collaboration when we put people at the center of our work. Thank you for joining us for Community School Impact, Family Engagement and Partnerships. I'm Adele Carter, and we'll see you next time as we continue to celebrate the people and partnerships that make our schools stronger together.